And today's main topic is about the gap. Sometimes we call parto, and the main part of the parto is finding the gap. Some gaps are very short, some gaps are very long, some gaps are beyond time. Hopefully through the momentary gap, eventually we can find the gap beyond gaps, which is beyond time, means beyond birth and dwell and cease. Natural reality of everything. Hopefully we will meet our mother, which we call mother luminosity. The mother is always with us, but we are obscured by existing moments. This gap which is existing and beyond existence. Existing gap which has beginning and middle and at the ends. Some gaps appear to be dualistic. Some gaps are with the thoughtful, full of thoughts. Some gaps are thought-free. Hopefully we can find thought-free, and we write thought-free channel to find our mother. We fly. Hopefully when the right time comes, our mother luminosity reveals to us. So when I say long gap, the beginning of dualistic begins until the dualistic cease. There is a samsara gap. And we are in that gap. Hopefully we will make shorten up. Otherwise that gap could be continuously prolonging by our karma. But how long that gap remains, the gap, this existing gap, which has beginning and end, which is arise from karma, still has it never departs from its mother or mother paramita. Within this long gap, there's many short gaps also. Born into the sixth class of sentient beings. Among those sixth class of sentient beings, we are a human being. There's another gap which is begin by birth and what? Until death. Hopefully we are in that. But still we are not apart from our mother. Why? The big gap is combined by a momentary small gaps. If you look close to it, you will find our mother. Maybe not real mother, but real fake mother. You know that story? It's a Hong Kong story. I've been telling this in Hong Kong, more fun. It's a nice story. One of my American students came to Hong Kong, wanted to buy a watch, went to the watch shop. He saw so many watches. He asked shopkeeper, I would like to buy some watches, can you explain? And shopkeeper says, what kind of watch do you want? And my friend says, what kind of watch do you have? And shopkeeper says, I have fake and real fake and original. Which one do you want? He didn't say, sir. They say, which one do you want, sir? American joke. So my friend says, what's the difference? Of course, the difference is in price. What is time-wise? Time is almost same. He says, yo. So then my friend says, tell me what's the really difference? And fake, you will know. If you close enough to look at the real fake, you might not know. Only I know. So, real fake is quite pricey, but not like original. In this parto of living, it called gap between birth and death. And there's many small gaps. Hopefully one of the gap, if we can find real fake mother, it called child luminosity. Mother luminosity, child luminosity, which is the real visa to go to Pure Land, no, not Pure Land, Buddhahood. You have passport because you have human precious body. You have all the conditions. Whether you have a visa or not, we don't know. Good to have visa. The moment of the dying, the parto of dharmata, you can show your passport. Can cross immigration easily. Without visa, you have to go to Japan Channel. They will ask so many questions. Why are you coming to Hong Kong? What's the purpose? How long are you going to stay? Which is your address? How much money do you have? You have to pass all those questions. Maybe they will let you in. Maybe not. Maybe we might reject. Maybe you're custodied for a while. Without visa, everything is uncertain. Good to have the visa in this life. Only thing you don't need visa is that you can liberate in this life. Then you don't need passport. You just become rainbow body, just enlightened in this very moment, in this very lifetime. Until that, we carry our body, our 5 skandhas, result of our karma, previous karma. We still carry that karmic fruition. We have to take care our 5 skandhas. It has cause and effect and consequences. So that's why we practice good karma in this life, that we will manage easier and when right time comes. Less disturbance, more conducive environment, easy to practice and without so much hardship that you can recognize your child luminosity. Are you with me? Where are we now? You are in child luminosity? Yeah. Wonderful. We are pursuing child luminosity within this living parto. But we have to be very kind and respect to our living parto. Take care well. We have to live well. We have to live healthy and virtuous way. So because of that, we enter into Dharma, I think. You have precious human body. You want to know more. You want to find out whether this circle, and you are circling in the samsara might has end. Same question that Buddha had. He was asking. He believed karma and cause and conditions. But he was looking out of this circling and keep asking questions, finding out the truth. One day he found the truth under the tree of Bodhgaya, which we call waking up from the dream state, called enlightenment. So we are trying to do that also. But for us it's a little easier because he lay out the path. According to the historical story, he has to find out his path. But we are easier, we can follow his path. But not blindly. But we have to have a conviction. In order to have a conviction, you have to study. In order to study about something, you have to hear something. And I think Hong Kong is a fortunate place. You can hear thousands of teachers. Maybe thousands is too much. But hundreds. Many great beings come to Hong Kong, so you can choose your teacher. There's a supermarket of teachers. Hopefully you've chosen some, or one. Or not, keep shopping. One day you will find out. Oh, this makes sense to me. But don't follow. Check the background a little bit. Sometimes background is not healthy, but it appears to very attractive. Sometimes background is very healthy, but appear too boring. So best is healthy background and attractive. Attractive in the sense spiritually, not physically. Physically also fine. No need to choose ugly, healthy teacher. But something you feel connected, that you can see and go and sit there. It melts you without talking too much. Just embraced by she or he from their inner radiance. And you know, without any special agenda. Only agenda is to want to learn and free. So hopefully you already have met or not. I will pray you will meet soon. And you hear from them and reflect. Reflect means, I think in Asia, I think you don't need whether Dharma is truth or not truth. I think we don't worry that so much. It's in our culture. We know already. You don't need to test every time when you drive car. You know, you experienced. But whether you will know how to drive or not, that's the concern. Not whether Dharma is right or wrong. I think we don't need to have too much concern. But Dharma travels in new country, this is the issue. People are completely open. And they don't know what you're bringing in. They have to test the Dharma. We've been tested for centuries. So don't worry. Don't spend time on that unnecessarily. Whether how I understand Dharma, that you must test. Am I doing a right Dharma or superficially? Are my conflicted emotions, conflicted nyamong, conflicted kleshas, and the Dharma are meeting or not meeting? Are you with me? Every time you feel bored, let me know. I can make up some stories. Then I will entertain you. End of entertaining, wow, Rinpoche spoke so good teaching. So happy. Anyway, I hope you're with me. We have to go together. If you go somewhere else, I know. I don't have a clairvoyant, but I have a sense. Because you're all looking at me, I can look at you, so I know. I've been teaching almost 30 years. I can read your eyes. I can read your emotions, how you move. When the restlessness starts, I can feel it. When the distraction enter into you, I knew it. So please pay attention. If you can. If you cannot pay attention, let me know. If you cannot pay attention, let me know. I will help you. So, hearing the Dharma, reflecting on, checking. You're not checking Dharma. You can check, but unnecessarily effort. Check about your understanding. Whether I understand the Dharma or not. What it really means. What I understand. After understanding of Dharma, what is the purpose? I become more proud, bright, and become more showing off, or you become more calm, loving person, changing all your characters, melting some of your difficult emotions. Start to feel free, free with love. The inner essence love it starts to radiate. Your friend says, "What happened?" You know, something happened. So special, but I'm not allowed to tell you and make other people insuspicious, and it's part of showing off. That is not Dharma. Begin by Dharma, end by poison. You practice, you achieve something. You practice, you achieve something, but it turns into some sour. Aware of that. Reflect that. Keep checking where it goes. Spiritual could be problematic if we don't know how to treat well. Dharma is boosting your ego, or Dharma is purifying your ego. It calls untainted by eight worldly Dharma. Then it's really Dharma. So whether are you working with that or not, then sometime you study and study and study, then there is a conclusion comes in. Oh, the heart of the matter. I must realize this. I'm guiding towards to the visa. Child luminosity. Every study, every practice, at the end, I must realize my innermost nature of the mind. I knew it, there's a moving mind and unmoving mind. And I realize everything is connected with the mind. If I wake up, it's a waking up from the mind. If I circling in samsara, it's my mind. My body is not circling. It's my consciousness mind with my karma. Manifest in different ways. Wow, I should know about my mind. So you start to look at the mind, and we realized there's a moving mind and unmoving mind. Moving mind, which is based on subject and object, and based on subject and object, there's a duality. With the duality, there's a fixation. With the fixation, there is a creation. Creation. Creating something. Creation. Everything, if you create something, you have to have something to create. Subject and object. So, because of action, creating, there is a karma. Karma lives imprint in our all-ground, alaya consciousness. So we realized, oh, I must know the true nature of my mind. Should I look this way or this way? And we realized we should look this way. Looking is not looking through you from your eyes. Mind look to the mind. If you know how to look correctly, you might end up in the gap. As Milarepa said, the non-thought dawned in between the gap. Because there's always a gap. Big gap and small gaps. Some gap with existing, some gap are non-existing. We're looking non-existing gap. Do you understand? Existing gap, and then non-existing gap, and existing gap. In fact, existing something, this gap also have many gaps. And that had many. And one day, there's no gap. Beyond existing, non-existing, beyond. Because exist, non-exist is with the time. One day you realize beyond time. Sorry, I'm a little confused, no? Are you struggling? Welcome. You should struggle. Every improvement is coming from struggle. How many years Buddha struggled? How many years Milarepa did? Why not? We are. Every time some important thing comes, there's a struggle. Because it's about to break through some of your cozy stuff. Start to break through some your old cozy clinging, holding on. It start to shift. When it start to shift, they always have some fear and confusion. But we have to have that. I'm sure some of you think, what is this talking about? Seems nice, but I don't understand. But I don't care. That is not a right attitude. You should care. You should take care of your mother. You should be the good child. It's your responsible. This is the only way that you can free. If you dare to yourself, you should take care of it. So there is a moment of thought-free openness, freedom state, short gap. We sort of cultivate that gap. It calls natural mind. Natural mind, which is some understanding, a flavor of emptiness. The moment you look in, there is a, I don't know how to say it, even the short time. If you want to know, never mind. I almost advertised my retreat, so maybe not. Next teaching, I'm talking about the gap. Systematically. But I'm not asked you to come, please don't come. It's not appropriate to me to ask you to come. You should come. No, joking, bad joke, sorry. The systematic way to recognize child luminosity, which you call natural mind. And the main meditation, whatever meditation you are practicing at the end, in order to realize this one. If you practice visualization, if you practice many mantras, if you practice many months, years of shamatha, all hinting to that. Not only Zen, also hinting to that. Theravada also hinting to that. Paranjya Paramita Mahayana also hinting to that. Madhyamika, middle way, also hinting to that. Mahamudra, great seal, also hinting to that. Great perfection, Dzogchen, also hinting to that. When you have that, you have a visa. Then you maintain that state. It's called meditation. Familiarize that gap. The child luminosity again and again. You will lose this and re-recognize this and preserve or maintain this. Preserve or maintained by non-duality, because the natural mind is beyond dualistic mind. The view is non-dualistic. Because of that, you should maintain by meditation also non-dualistic way. It says like that. You familiarize this natural mind again and again. One day, some area, 9 dogs chasing you. If you want, you still can recognize. Then your visa is prominent. Until that can expire anytime. Practice again and again. It happens in the dream. Someone scares you. Recognize that. Someone upsets you. If you want, you can recognize that. Wherever you go, under what circumstance, if you want, is available for you, to you. Practice until like that. You can try many different ways. Go into some special area in Hong Kong, roller coaster. There's a roller coaster, no? Then stay there. Really, I'm not joking. Oh, sky needle. But don't do bungee jump. I did all of that except bungee jump. And when I was in India, I did this staying in the boat, stringing. 5 minutes. You lose one time, you come back, again you can try. Second time you lost your child luminosity, but third time you can try. You know, you need some little scary. Begin by physical scare. is safe but scary. Train with that.